this video I'm going to show how to improve the oiling system on a small block Ford 302 engine block. So we're going to do a lot with the deburr, or a burr bit, if you can focus on it, on a die grinder. There's a lot of drain backs we can improve. You'll see, like in the valley, we can cut them back here and around. There's one here, so to help it return back to the pan. You got ones in the center, right here, 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 and it's right here. There's also a little, I guess, drain back here that goes towards like where your timing chain is. So there's a little ridge. Some people cut it down all the way. I usually don't, because the engine's gonna be tilted back anyway. I usually just chamfer a little bit off, but you can do more. Depends. So in that plug under the intake, I don't know if it'll even kind of show, but you can see there's two holes right there. So I'm going to get a smaller bit than this and kind of just chamfer these holes. Let's see, grab my light. So you can see how sharp they are in there, and it'll have a lot of resistance to flow. So we're going to improve that. Okay, so on the bottom of the engine, this is where we're really going to get the gains. You'll see where the oil filter goes, and your pump is going to go here for your oil flow. So your main oil is going to go in here through your pump. It's got a 90-degree turn that is through here. So you can see my bit right here through this hole. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take this out of the block, which I use one of these. I have a castle nut off of a suspension part, but I'll thread this on there. The threads are kind of junk on this thing, but thread it on here like this, get it up all the way, and you can see I've used this before for the same thing. I'll tack weld it right on the edge, and then use this the regular old adjustable wrench, and we'll twist this centerpiece out, because there's a lot we're going to do here. So first thing, after we get that out, we have to relieve all of this back where it's sharp. We have to cut the sides, hair up here, a little bit down, but mostly on the sides, so it'll go in the filter a lot easier. Then where the hole goes from here through here, there's like, it's a 90-degree angle, so it's real sharp. So we're gonna get a I guess a circle bit, and we're gonna go in and kind of use like the back side of the bit. Let's get a better one here. So I have a circular bit, and we're going to go in the hole, if it will focus where I want, and we're going to use like the back side and cut that 90 to make it more of a radius to oil flow. So, and then we'll have to get a longer one to go through here, and then cut the back side of the radius up in here. Then there's an important one in the pressure. I don't know if this is an extremely hard one to show. I'll probably show it easier when it's out. Okay. Alright, so you can see right here I got the nut put on the oil filter adapter. I got the welder out. We're going to just do a little zap here, a little zap here, and so we can twist it out with our adjustable wrench. It doesn't have to be too much, because we're going to have to grind it off, but it might break. I don't want to put too much on it. We'll see if it'll hold. It's usually not in there too much. Okay, there we go. And there you go. So it's pulled out of the block. Here you can really see what I'm talking about. Get the focus button. So yeah, there we go. There's the hole. So we're going to deburr that hole inside to make a radius in there so oil can flow through. And then, so that main oil passage right here goes through the block, and it actually goes through here. So this is where your oil pressure gauge is going to go. So there's also, this part definitely is not going to show. I don't know if we'll even, there's a little bit of light through there. Let me get it in focus. So through this hole, I'm putting light through here. You see it goes in there, but there's a little radius again where this passage meets the passage that goes this way, and we're just gonna radius with a burr bit in there. That one's like impossible to show on camera, but that one you'll just have to you'll see it when you're in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and start deburring some of these areas, and I'm going to show kind of like what the finished product looks like on what you can do and how much you can take off. So right here we got the hole, so I'm just going to show quick what we're going to do. We got our bit on the grinder, and we're going to start relieving it back. So right there you can already see how much of an improvement we made. Camera off. It's a lot of work to get it all right. I still got a lot more to do, but you can already see it's relieved back, and you just don't want to go too far down. But you can pull it back here. Right here you can pull it back a considerable amount. So I'm going to do a lot of work getting this right and getting all of them right. Now, alright, so I got this finished up, so you can see how smooth and relieved everything is back. Even down in there, kind of had to get the die grinder bit down in there a considerable amount, but you can just see how much less resistant that's going to be for flow. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a whole bunch of other areas. I'm going to go down in here, maybe do some on the top, and I'm just going to show what the end result is going to look like. Alright, here's one comparison on the top. So you can see I did these holes here just so oil's a little bit easier to go down. But so you can see before, sharp corner, you kind of have to go up to get to the bottom of this hole. But right here, you can see, focus where I want, you can see I had to pull back even up into here and here. Let me get a different perspective so you can see. So from directly on top, you can kind of see it's just, everything's ever so slightly just easier to go in there now. So that's pretty much what we're shooting on everything on the block. Alright, so here's the final part of this video for doing all the block modifications for the oil system. So I'll show down here, you can kind of see the two holes right here and here. I just relieved them a little bit. Sometimes they get a little bit of flash. They're not really that important, but anyway, so down in here you can see, actually I can shine a light through there, you can see it's completely opened up, and it's kind of hard to show, but it's more of a 45 down there. It's not a 90 anymore. So the front of the hole, you can see it's relieved back a ton there. Inside there is all the way from the left of that hole to the right. You can see that. It's a nice smooth transition, so oil will flow good. Also down in this hole, it's not really going to show, but you can kind of see in there, I just stuck a circle bit and burred it back in there. We also did the same on one of these up here. It's got like a, actually this one, it's got a, same thing, it's a little 45 you can take off right there. You can barely see it. Then over on the top, alright, then over on the top, you can see I relieve back in there. You can, just a little bit is enough. Back holes right there. Then also I took off the little like eyes right here and all the lifters, all the sharp edges, just broke them off. I did a little bit of deburr here, there in the front. And then I took my burr bit and went around every sharp edge on the block. Went around just all these, around all the heads, the back of the block, all up in here. Take off down in here, I mean up on the inside, up in like where around the oil pan goes, just broke the sharp edge off of it. But that's pretty much all you have to do to modify and improve the oiling system. One other thing I'm going to do is I am going to teardrop the holes on the crank. I might make a video on it. We'll open it up so there won't be oil shear at higher RPMs. So I might make a video on that separately on the crankshaft. But that's pretty much all there is to it. It's a pretty simple and free modification. Stay tuned for the full build video on this engine, and I guess I'll probably make a video of it running too, so we'll see how that works.